Janice, I loved your video journal this week because you hit the two hot topics, one being dress code and the other one being cell phones. I thought you had an incredible story um, in regard to the whole issue of how do you manage, and I know you referred to managerial leadership, but how do you manage as a school leader when you have these rules or regulations, and then there's violations. And I can remember as a superintendent having to deal with it because principals, parents would perceive that principals, each school, a principal was handling it differently, and obviously they felt their child was being treated unfairly, so they'd come and you'd have to go and investigate it and all that. But I love the way you handled that, and that is that you called attention to it and said, okay, this is how we're going to handle it. This is something that has to be checked first thing in the morning. So everybody's going to check it first thing in the morning. We're going to knock this out. We're all going to do it. We're going to be consistent. We're going to be fair, and we're going to deal with it. And I get that because there's nothing worse than and I see it all the time in higher ed. Like one person gets tenure who doesn't write that much, and another person writes a whole lot and then doesn't get it. We have a lot of double standards, and it really is a very political environment more than anything I've ever seen. It makes public education straight and narrow. So I really love the way that you approach that you took it very serious, that you wanted to do things fairly, you wanted things done so that every child felt that they were getting the same treatment. And I think that children that come from lower SES are looking for favoritism for students that are in middle or higher SES. So they're already looking for that. Why would you reinforce those fears and prejudice that already exist? So I think that you got to be on top of that. I loved your entry. I thought you were spot on. You nailed it. You knew exactly what you were talking about. I like for some of your colleagues, I'd love them to see your video because I thought you did a great job. Thanks for sharing.